Just south of Sydney, nestled between the mountains and the sea, the Illawarra region is popular with anglers because of its great offshore fishing, productive estuaries and inland bass fisheries. Today, we'll explore all of that. But first, I'm due to fish offshore from Bellambi with local maritime officer and keen fisher, Ray Lonsdale. The weather forecast is not great. The reality is even worse. Ray, I'm glad we checked the forecast, very important.
Well, the first thing I did this morning, Rob, when I got up at 5 o'clock, the first thing I did was check the forecast. Yeah. And it told me that there was going to be a southerly coming through. Yeah. But as you can see, we've got down here and it's hit early. Yeah. It's hit earlier than we thought it would. Yeah. So I think it's a great idea that we don't go out today. Because as you can see, when we look over here down at the ramp, it is nice and flat. But that's because it's the southwesterly. But if you look, as we pan around and we look around here and we can see what a mess it is out there, you wouldn't want to be out there in your boat today.
If I didn't know the area, I would head straight out that way. And you've got a red marker out here, so tell me a bit about that one.
So we've got the port marker just out here, and that indicates, so the reef actually goes all the way out to that. At low tide, all these rocks would be exposed. You can see how the waves are all breaking in here. That's because that reef extends all the way out to that marker. Looking at it now, you wouldn't even know that there's a reef there, would you?
It's a big trap, isn't it?
It is. And the fact that you're not overly familiar with the area as well is a big concern. That's why I've given you the map, so you can try and identify where the hazards are, because we've got reefs all along here. We've got Peggy's over here to the north, we've got Bellambi Point over here. So it's really important to actually identify where those things are before you go out.
You can play on your apps and look at those reefs and look at the maps before you come to really get your bearings and then check the weather as well. That's really good advice.
Check your maps, get local advice as to which way you should be heading. Yep. I can't stress that enough. When you were down here, you would have seen that there would be some locals hanging around in the car park. Yeah. Some of them, they might look a little rough around the edges, but as you've found, they're actually quite nice guys. They're really lovely blokes. Yeah. And they're always happy to help. So if you do come down, and you see these guys, you're unsure, ask them for advice. Where do they suggest that you go to keep yourself away from the dangers? There's
been a few accidents here along the coast, right?
We've had multiple incidents over the last few years in this area because we get a lot of people travelling from Sydney. And this again is why I stress, check before you leave home. Save yourself that journey. You don't want to travel all the way down here and then go, oh, we're not going out. This is the first ramp south of Sydney. So we get a lot of people that will come down from Sydney, they get down here and realise the conditions are bad. But because they've just travelled an hour and a half, they're going to push out anyway. They don't want to turn around. So what I always say to those people is that you've got other options. If you go 15 minutes south, we've got Lake Illawarra, so you can do some great inland fishing in there. And if you are really desperate to try and get some bigger fish, like some kingies, go down to Port Kembla Harbour and just stay inside the break wall. Don't go beyond the break wall, and that's really secluded in there.
Or catch some squid in some sheltered area and troll them around where it's safe to do so.
And even if you do go out, make sure you keep checking throughout the day. Don't just make it like when you're leaving is the last time you check. Throughout the day, constantly check the weather and see what it's doing.
Because we would have got caught out today. It's arrived 2 hours early, the southerly buster, so I'm glad we didn't try and sneak that in. And that's great. Look at it. I mean, look at this here now.
I know, we might actually get wet off this one.
It's a classic day today that you really got to check the forecast, really got to check the local conditions and know where the reefs are. Check a map, check your avionics, because I mean, you want to run along that coast because there's a national park, but these reefs jut right out, right?
They do. They do. And because there's so many of them, some of them are hidden. You don't even know they're there.
They're not all marked, right?
They're not all marked. No, they're not all marked. So that's why it's always good to get local knowledge and always make sure, always be alert, keep an eye out, always keep a good lookout when you're out there.
Some good advice, mate, really appreciate it. And there's still plenty of options that we can check out here along the coast. So if it calms up later in the week and we get out, great. But if not, we're safe in the meantime. I love the work you're doing along the coast, mate.
No worries. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks for your time, mate. Offshore fishing can be dangerous. Always check the weather and plan ahead. If it's too rough, don't go out. Stay safe on the water. Find out more at lifejacketwearit.com.au. After the break, we're chasing Aussie bass in lush dairy country. bit drizzly out here today, Hugh, but it's good conditions for what we're doing. It's still rough out in the ocean, but just about wherever you travel, there's always options in protected waters or on the land like we are here, mate. Hugh, what are we looking for today, mate?
Right, we're gonna go chase the Aussie bass. We've just come up a little backwater up here, only 5 k's up from the beach, so there's a lot of options down here in the Illawarra that get overlooked, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do today, go and target a few Aussie bass, maybe an EP thrown in the mix as well. So
sounds awesome, mate. You lead the way.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Bass are perceptive to unnatural sounds or movements in their environment, so you have to be extra careful not to spook them. Hence the stealth approach. Fishing for bass is a lot like trout fishing. You've got to be stealthy, sneak up to the bank. Hugh's got a surface lure on and he's hitting the top water and right in the edges, and I've got a plastic on. I'm fishing a little bit deeper, but we're just sneaking along the bank, covering a bit of ground, half a dozen casts in each spot, and then move along and see what we find. Quite literally a gap in the grass and the trees about this big that Hugh's poking his lure through and getting to those spots that no one else can get to, looking for that big fish that hasn't seen a lure yet. And he's had a couple of boils here.
Oh, again. Came up after I lifted it.
He looked like a good one, Hugh.
Yeah, it was a nice one. Good fish. Only a metre, you know, metre or two wide creek.
If you miss a bite, don't worry. It's important to keep moving and try new ground.
Got onto that snag.
He's going off ahead and casting in the fresh spots, and he's got a nice fish.
That's a good one.
That's the secret, though, to cover ground. That's a beautiful fish. That's a cracker. Ooh. That's a cracker. That's a fantastic bass.
That's a pig of a fish.
Pick him up, mate, and we'll have a look at him.
Awesome.
So we've got a cicada type lure on there. Cicada's a very common bug that we see here. Look at that, oh, the lure's fallen out. There we go.
No.
That's a cracking bass. It'd be like 42
fish.
centimetre.
Yeah, early 40s.
Yeah.
They're really well built too.
Yeah.
Yeah, good battler.
Native Aussie fish.
That's what we're after, eh?
Yeah, legendary stuff. And in the wild here in the rivers, we let them go.
So that's a deformity.
Yep.
That fish's mouth, that's actually a fingerling in a dam. We've got a dam up the back and they actually can jump out. There's a fish ladder that they can get down into this creek.
Okay.
So that's where that's come from. That's actually a dam, an impoundment sort of style thing that will happen with bass mouths.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Doesn't happen in the wild usually.
Yeah, in the wild we definitely let them go if you want to keep one out of a dam or something like that. But well done, Hugh.
Thanks, mate. That was awesome.
All right, mate. Hopefully a few more, but that is fantastic.
Good way to set the morning off.
Yeah.
Yep.
While we've been fishing, we've made a new friend. You like that? You like that reel? Right, me too. Not the line. It's not a worm. Tuning into nature is so cool. This is a fabulous way to unwind. You got yourself a friend there, Hugh.
Yeah, mate, yeah. It's amazing what you see out here, eh?
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, cool.
It's like sort of bushwalking and fishing combined out here, isn't it?
Absolutely. Like, look at what we get to hang out with. You don't get this out in the blue water.
Great way to reset, isn't it?
Oh,
he likes your lure.
He's got me motor oil grub.
I've got so much on, and he's anything that looks long like a little worm or something, he's going for it. Yeah, if you were sitting at home, you wouldn't see this, would you?
Mate, don't see that on the lounge.
And you don't get a hit from a big fat Aussie bass on the lounge either. Come on, Hugh. Woo! Yep. Oh, I tell you what, these bass hit hard. It just smacked my lure right. I think it's a bass. About to find out. Smacked right at my feet there. So the plan's working. Hugh's fishing the surface, and I'm fishing a bit deeper on a little plastic. Great fun. What have I got? Pretty sure it's a bass. There are EPs in here as well. Oh boy, Hugh. Oh, it's a nice fish. He just cracked it. Oh, so good. Yeah, I reckon I can swim him round. I reckon I've got him. I reckon I can get him through. Yeah, there we go, over the top.
Awesome, that's a fat fish. Cracker up.
A beautiful wild Aussie bass.
On the black rod.
Look at that. Look at the shoulders on him through there. The art of flicking a lure for a fish like this along a river is just spectacular. You have to try it. But look at that fish, a little plastic there. Oh, mate. Well, Mr. Bass, I'm going to pop you back and let you back into your wild river here on the south coast of New South Wales near Illawarra. Some more in the gills there. There we go, fella. They normally take off like a shark.
Oh, yep. On, Rob.
He's it's a surface bite on, that's cool,
it's happening, eh? It's on. That didn't take long to get number 2. Gonna have to try and get him.
Look at the country he's fishing, getting into spots where you wouldn't normally get to.
There's the reeds.
A bit of jungle warfare. That's a beauty, mate. It's another
nice
beautiful
fish.
bass. So I got a lure there that imitates the cicada. They're the ones you hear creaking here, and that's a beautiful, fit little bass, mate. Nothing better than catching them off the surface, mate.
Mate,
hey?
Never get tired of that. Yeah. Just awesome. Healthy fish.
I love the countryside you're bringing me to, mate.
Mate, it's beautiful, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Had a lot of rain and it's all firing up. All right, just take that off your hands. All right.
And so ends a great day walking the banks of the Minamurra River, fishing for bass.
No worry. Go, buddy. There we go.
Aptly named, Lake Illawarra is the main estuary in the Illawarra region. It's very popular with locals and tourists. If you're bringing the family, Windang Beach Tourist Park is the perfect destination, with a variety of fully equipped, self-contained cabins, as well as prime-powered sites for caravanners and campers. With the beach on one side and beautiful Lake Illawarra on the other, you'll find plenty of places to swim, surf, paddle or fish. While I'm here, I'm catching up with a local legend from Windang, Lenny Snowden. In 1992, Lenny lost his right arm, hip and leg in a tragic industrial accident. Despite this huge setback, Lenny has dedicated a lot of his time to help improve the lives of people with disabilities, particularly young amputees. He takes disabled kids sailing on the lake. He's Vice President of the South Coast Disabled Surfers Association, an Olympic torchbearer, motivational speaker, and local scout leader, amongst other things.
Yeah, he's just an icon for all disabled athletes around the world.
He's also a practical joker.
You don't have to get on your buggy like I do, but because of my prosthetic leg, I have no other way. All right? Rob, pay attention.
I know, you're going to get me in trouble.
You know which way's forward?
I do. Hey, he's off. Wait up, mate.
Come on, Rob.
The buggy is Lenny's preferred mode of transport and my first taste of his competitive nature.
Do you like my new arm?
I do. You got shark print on it. Love it.
Yeah. I nicknamed it the Shark.
They said you were out of control. Lenny is always cracking a joke. And he loves fishing. Humour and fishing have helped him in some of the tough times.
Hey, I think I need a net.
You got a flounder. You get a few of these.
Mate, flounder are one of the most popular fish, apart from flatties. He's too small, but even if he was the right size, we put him back home.
Today, he's invited some of his local Joey Scouts along to catch their first fish. What do we got? Keep going. Oh, we got him! Yeah! Is that a cool fish or what?
What is that? Can I touch it?
Yeah, you can.
What is the fish?
This is called a tailor. This is good eating, man. We watch his teeth. He's got sharp teeth. Is that your first? Lenny's tenacity and his commitment to community is heartwarming and admirable. We've named this fishing platform Lenny's Landing, in his honour.
Whoa!
Nice and steady there, mate. Something a little bit better. They're so sociable down here. There's people coming to say hello. What a platform it is. Oh, what have we got? Anything can happen when you're out fishing. Got him. I got him.
What have we got?
I think it's a remora. Oh, no. Is that a baby cobia? You're kidding me. That is a super rare catch, buddy. That's come down with the East Australian current. Well done, mate.
Wow, I've never seen one like it.
So you never know what's going to happen in the fishing world. It's a baby cobia. Come in with this big high tide. We've got nice warm currents at the moment, and they grow big, mate.
Oh, it's really a soft, smooth one, eh?
Yeah, it's
Look
beautiful.
at the colours in him.
Yeah. Oh, what a great place, hey? You know, people coming down saying hello, all different cultures. Everyone's happy.
And they all want to say g'day.
Yep.
But you know what? It's really great just to be on this platform,
Yep.
having a fish with friends.
What do you reckon, everybody? Give him a big clap. All right, mate. Well done. Really good to meet you. And thanks for all the great work you do for the area and the kids and everything like that. You're giving me goosebumps, mate.
Mate, you've just almost brought a tear to my eye too. Thank you so much.
No worries, mate. It's my absolute pleasure, buddy. The weather and ocean conditions have eased today, so we're fishing offshore from Wollongong Harbour. It's almost game time. We're out with Trent and his boys from 5 Island Charters. We've come out to the 60 fathom mark. It's about an hour out, and there's a FAD out here that's been put in by New South Wales Fisheries. FAD means fish aggregating device or fish attracting device. It attracts mahi-mahi, sometimes marlin, wahoo, all sorts of fish, you name it. We've got the trolling rods in. As we get close, we'll do a lap. We've got some tweed pillies ready to go. I've got about 10 kilos of those, and we've also got live bait. So let's go around the FAD, do a bit of a workout, and see what works best. Well, that didn't take long. Beautiful fish. This is what we were hoping for, one of these, and these are unmistakable. Mahi-mahi, the brightest colours in the sea. Fastest growing fish in the sea. They can grow up to 40 kilos. Look at him, beautiful. Oh, just a speedster, 40 kilos in 2 years. And so I'm gonna get this guy straight up. Here we go. Woo! Look at that. Oh, and the other nickname, of course, is Dorado because of the gold colour. Got to be happy with that. And quite literally, in a couple of months, it'll be twice as big. So just really, really fast growing. 5 Islands Charters specialises in game, sport and reef fishing. Today, it's a family affair with skipper Trent and his son Curtis. Curtis, you're on, mate. I'll go underneath you. Give me a little go. Feel that. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Smaller one, swing around there, buddy. Beautiful little mahi-mahi. Okay. We'll check him, we'll measure him. See how they flap around a lot?
Yeah.
They're very hard to get a hold control of, but I'll try, see if it works. Bend him.
Oh, yeah.
Right, okay. Stops him from shaking. Well done. Hopefully we can upsize that. What do you think of eating them?
They're delicious.
He's off. He wants to get the rod back in. A little live yakka out that we collected this morning. Whoa, look at that. They're an acrobatic fish, really fast. One of few fish that are fast enough to catch a flying fish. Even when the flying fish is out of the water cruising along, they'll come up and smash it. Yeah, just an amazing predator. I haven't quite worked out how to breed them in sea pens yet because they just love that ocean water. They love that fast current. We've had water as warm as 25 degrees here on the south coast of Wollongong. Look at him go. That is awesome. Beautiful. Woo. Oh, look at the colours on this guy. I got him, mate. You're all good. Look at the colours on this guy. Look at that. That's what we're talking about. You wanted to show me something, Trent?
Yeah, mate, I just wanted to explain. I mean, great sporting fish, great for the kids. They're not too, like, they've got this one is a cow. So there's two different types. We've got the male and the female. This one here is a female.
Round head?
Round head, yeah. The bull's got more of a nose on top of its head, a bit of a noggin. So that's the female. Great looking fish, great eating. And it's great like the New South Wales fishery, put the fat out. You'll probably see it in the background over there. It's just great, they stick the fat out and as I said, it just attracts all sorts of fish.
Five Islands Charters will take you to where the fish are biting, so give them a call if you're in the region. And if you want to find out more about holidaying in the Illawarra, go to visitwollongong.com.au.